Hey, thanks, Chris. It's a good thing to see Utica Proctor finally get on the board, but scoring once was nowhere near enough tonight. Welcome in the Friday night finale. Trey Redfield back with you in our Waverly Avenue studios. North Stars 33, Raiders 6, so a very silent second half, to say the least. Farouk Ibrahim Jr. was the only touchdown for CNS, and then Utica Proctor had a touchdown of its own finally. It was late in the fourth quarter, the last drive for the Raiders. They were able to find pay dirt, but we saw a lot of turnovers tonight for UP. A fumble at the start of the game. Jamal Ballard Jr. was able to convert on just one play. A turnover on downs, and Mason Ellis was able to convert right after that as well on a 72-yard score. And then we saw another turnover on downs from the Raiders. So just unable to find ways to get into the end zone. Not the best night for Utica Proctor, to say the least, but if there's something that's a certain that comes out of tonight, it's Cicero-North Syracuse doing Cicero-North Syracuse things. A dominant 33-6 win for CNS. The North Stars moved to 2-1 on the season. So Baldwinsville is up next. That is a big-time game for CNS, to say the least. The top of the Class AA is Beeville and CNS. Over for Utica Proctor. They're now 1-1 on the season. Next up for them is at Rome Free Academy at 6:30. But we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we've got the game highlights for you. Don't turn that dial. You're listening to Friday Night Finale on the Central New York Sports Leader, Z89. That's black and yellow being played on the airwaves, but it was green and blue tonight here on Friday Night Football. Welcome back to Friday Night Finale. Trey Redfield here with you in our Waverly Avenue studios. Cicero-North Syracuse conquered and dominated tonight. A 33-6 victory over Utica Proctor. How did it all go down? Well, I have the answer. Let's go into these highlights. The Raiders of Utica Proctor came into Cicero-North Syracuse for today's game with an undefeated record. But the North Stars didn't want to keep it that way. And it only took one play for CNS to capitalize on an early UP turnover.
Two receivers in the set, both to the near side. Takes a snap, they give us to Ballard, trying up the middle, cuts back at the 10, the 5, and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, North Stars. It's 6-0. Just 10:25 left to go here in the first quarter.
Well, that was quick.
That was quick.
Galvin and Chris said it. That was quick indeed. CNS spent just one play on offense and took away 7 points. Utica Proctor made it all the way down to the 5-yard line on its next drive, but the North Stars bent, but did not break.
Single back, two receivers. Henderson, the motion man, right to left. It is a rollout here to the near side. Scrambling with it at the 15, patrolling. Stops at the 10, trying to cut back, floats to the other side of the end zone, and it's dropped! Had it in, dropped it in the end zone.
Case of the Butterfingers, to say the least, but the CNS offense trotted out for its drive. The passing attack took their turn to put the ball in the end zone, all off the feet of Mason Ellis.
That's Josh Kubala. Step back, throws to the left side to Mason Ellis, his number one target, breaks free. Could it be another one play all the way to the house? 30-20. Utica won't be able to get there, and it's Mason Ellis, Razmovsky connection once again. In week one, a 75-yard touchdown, and here, about 72 yards to the house.
Just no response for the North Stars offense. The Raiders struggled again on offense, and what happened next is just expected.
Kubala slowly in motion, positions himself right next to the right tackle. Jamar Ballard on the handoff, rumbles through, tiptoes and waltzes straight into the end zone, untouched once again. Touchdown number 2 of the game for Jamar Ballard Jr.
Wow.
Absolutely dominant from Ballard. He trots in for his second of the game from 25 yards out, putting CNS up by 20. North Star quarterback Jackson Ramvovsky wanted in next.
But Ballard in a single back formation, two receivers on the far side, right under center, only 3 yards back. Razmovsky takes it himself and sneaks into the end zone for a touchdown, but laundry all over the place.
Yeah, this is going to be an excessive celebration on Razmovsky. He got into the end zone and spiked the ball. The touchdown is going to count.
So CNS could not be stopped in the first half, 27-0 going into the locker rooms. The halftime break could have stopped the North Stars' momentum, but not for these guys.
2nd and 7 from the 17-yard line. Tight set, 4 receivers, but they're all really close to the line. Testa shakes the shotgun snap, looking to throw, looking for Ibrahim, who got it at the 5 and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, North Stars. Make it 34-0 once again with 7:39 to go in the third quarter.
Well, it would end up being 33-0 because CNS missed the extra point. Utica Proctor was desperate for some offense. The Raiders drove down for a 4th and goal from the 5-yard line.
Henderson in motion, man, right to left. Fakes the jet sweep, trying to get to the end zone. He's close, and he is short. Doesn't get into the end zone. Knockdown at the half-yard line. No touchdown. CNS will take over on downs.
Bend but don't break once again. CNS held strong on defense for the majority of this one. The Raiders would not let the North Stars shut them out, though.
Peterson puts a man in motion and hands off down the middle. CNS potentially on the stoppage. Is he able to rumble in? We're waiting for a signal. And looks like CNS met him just a bit short. Now it finally goes up. Utica Proctor gets on the board for the first time of the game. Sandor Lynn with the 2-inch rumble into the end zone, 33-6 with a minute and a half left.
Utica Proctor was unable to convert the 2-point conversion on that score. The biggest takeaway, though, is still on the scoreboard. The North Stars were able to run the clock out from then on out.
And that'll do it. The clock has expired. Cicero-North Syracuse North Stars take it home 33-6 against Utica Proctor. Moving on to 2-1 in the season for the home squad.
Go on and celebrate, CNS. 33-6 the final score from Cicero-North Syracuse. North Stars take it over to Raiders of Utica Proctor. And with that, that's going to do it for this edition of Friday Night Finale. Stay tuned for when our next broadcast will be for Friday Night Football. Just give us a follow on Twitter at Z89 Sports. Turn on our notifications as well. That will help you find the answer to when we'll get that next game, whether it is at Fayetteville, Manly, Cicero-North Syracuse, or wherever. We've got you covered with Z89 Sports. A couple of thank yous to hand out. My good friend Jacob Morris, our producer, Jared Johnson on stats, and my good buddy in the highlight booth, Ryan Nelson. That does it here from our Waverly Avenue studios. I'm Trey Redfield saying so long from Z89.
This has been a presentation of Z89, the Central New York sports leader.